To the next video. In today's video I will show you how to do picture in picture for React Native's new architecture without using any third-party library. So yeah, let's get started. So as usual, you will have to create a React Native application. Before that, I will show you guys the output. So this is for Android. So as you can see, for Android I'm directly displaying a player view, like video player view, which is called Exoplayer or Media 3. And once I click on the home button, it goes into picture in picture mode. Now there are two buttons at the bottom. One is for play and pause, so we have to write the code for it externally, like Android won't handle it for us. And if you click on the maximize button, it will again go back to our app. So that's it for Android, but for iOS it is little different. Like we have, so there is something called AV player controller, which is automatically given inside iOS, so we don't have to do much of work, like everything is handled by iOS. But so I have created a button, and on click of that button it will open the AV player controller, and here you can do picture in picture and all that stuff. So yeah, that's it for iOS. But one thing to notice is that for Android we will be using Fabric module, whereas for iOS we will be using Turbo modules. So yeah, let's get started. So as usual, I have created a React Native application, and to enable the new architecture, what you have to do is, you for Android you have to search for new arc enable. It should be present inside Gradle-properties, Gradle/properties, and you have to just make this as true. So you can see over here. And for iOS you have to cd to your iOS directory and then run this inside your terminal. So this will enable the new architecture for iOS as well. Once done, so RTN my player is only for Android. Okay, so this is a Fabric module. So first we will create this package.json file. So I have copy pasted this from the docs. Only thing change is this name, and this name over here, and this name over here. Next I have created a podspec file, again copied from docs, and only this name has been changed. Next I have created a JS folder. Inside that I have created a TypeScript file, again copy pasted it from the docs. Only changes will be passing a URL from React Native to the native side, and here I have changed the name over here. Next I have created an Android folder. Inside that I have created build.gradle, and again I have copy pasted everything from the docs, but I have added apply plugin Kotlin Android, change this namespace, as well as I have added Kotlin standard lib, and we need to add this media 3 dependency for our video player. Next go to src inside myplayer.kt. so here you can see, so first you will have to create all these folders. Next as usual, as you can see, I'm extending from linear layout, and I have also extended lifecycle event listener. And here I have initializing our Exoplayer as well as our player view. Then here we are initializing our player view and adding it to our linear layout, setting up our player to play the video. And here we are hiding our system UI. So if you want, you can do this, no compulsion as such. And in on host pause we are releasing the player, and on host destroy we are releasing the player, so depending on what version you are on. And this is the code for releasing the player. So that's it. And here my player manager, again I have copy pasted this from docs. Only this name has been changed, so only the names has been changed, everything else remains the same. And here I have named it different, and here I have sending our my player view. And once we get a prop from the React Native side, we are just setting up our player, calling the setup player, which we have defined inside my player. So over here. Next, inside my player package.kt, again I have copy pasted this from docs. Only this theme has been changed, this has been changed, everything else remains the same. What else? Next, go to the main Android folder, go to build.gradle. First add this Kotlin version over here as well as class path over here. Next go to app, build.gradle. Here add apply plugin Kotlin Android, as well as you will have to add the implementation of Kotlin standard lib 1.8.0. Next go to src main Android manifest.xml, add internet permission because we are playing an video which is present on a URL or a backend server. And here the important changes, make sure inside your config changes you add all of these things. I think the touch screen or UI mode might be missing, so please check this. Everything is present for config changes. and inside also you need to add this support picture in picture equal to true. So yeah, I think that should be it for Android. Next, before running it on inside your Android application on your Android phone, sorry, you have to open your terminal, go to the root of your React Native project, then run this command. Okay, then you will have to do, don't run this command because we haven't created that folder yet. So then do cd dot dot, and once you do cd dot dot you will have to run this command, but make sure rnapp is your project name. So mine project name is uh, rnapp2. I think like this was mistake, actually it is rnapp. During I was doing some kind of a debugging, so I'll just show you. So this would be my project name, something like this. Okay, rnapp. Now I'm not changing it because otherwise my VS code might get confused. Okay, so if your project name is rnapp2, make sure you write it over here rnapp2, rnapp2 and rnapp2. Okay, similarly so don't do this as well because we haven't created this. Then for Android, cd to your Android and then run this command, and for iOS, cd to your iOS and then run this command. So another thing is, even though we want, this is Android specific, this RTN My Player, we have to write a basic code for iOS as well, otherwise you won't be able to build your project. That's how this Fabric modules and Turbo modules have been designed. So that's it for Android. Next for iOS is, so I will just change this project name just to avoid confusion. I think otherwise everyone might get confused. Okay, now my VS code has gone bonkers. Okay, I will just don't save. Okay, even my Xcode has gone bonkers. Sorry about that. So I will just open this. Okay, then I will go to iOS and open this XC workspace as well. Close. Okay, so yeah, now what you need to do for iOS is just create this RTN open player. Inside that, create a JS folder called native open player.ts. Again, this has been copied from docs, only this method name has been changed and will be sending a URL from React Native side, and this name has been changed. Next, I have created a package.json file. Again, this has been copied from docs and only this name has been changed. This has been changed and this has been changed, as well as the package name has been changed. This is RTN open player is specific to iOS only. Next, I have created a podspec file. Again, this name has been changed. Everything else has been copied from docs. So yeah, once you create this, once you are done with this folder, just go to the root of your React Native project again, then run this command rtn my open player. We already ran this, then we already ran this as well, this entire command. Then you will have to do cd dot dot. Again, you will have to run this command over here, and here you make sure that you replace rnapp with whatever your project name is. So my project name is rnapp, so rnapp over here, rnapp over here. Next, cd to Android and run this command even though we are not using it in Android, and cd to iOS, then run this command. Okay, so it will create code gen for iOS. Now to use it for Android, as you can see, I'm using RTN My Player. I'm passing the URL and passing the style width and height, and this is how I have imported it, RTN My Player and RTN Open Player. And for iOS, I have just created a button and call this open player method and pass the URL, which will open the AV player controller. Now for iOS, just open your main iOS folder inside Xcode. First, create this Swift file called openplayer.swift. So here, as you can see, I'm extending AV player controller delegate, and I'm implementing AV player controller. I've set the delegate as self, and once play method is called, whatever URL we get from React Native side, we are creating a URL out of it, then assigning it to our AV player, then creating our RCT presented view controller, which is from React itself. So import React as well apart from AVKit and AV Foundation, then assign it to our player controller, and make sure you mark this as true, make this as true, and then just play the video. And here you can see I'm just using the controller.present to present the AV player controller. And you also need to override this method of restore user for picture in picture, so that once the user come back from picture to your normal state, you should be able to handle it. Next, inside rn app, go to app-delegate.h, and here you will have to import AV Foundation file, header file as well. Next, go inside app-delegate.mm, and here you will have to write this bit of code as well, audio session, because we this entire code, sorry, because we want to maintain the audio session even when the player is in picture mode. Next, I don't think we have to change anything inside info.plist. Next, go. So once you create a Swift file, Xcode will ask, do you want to create a bridging header? Just click on yes. Next, inside bridging header, I don't think we have to add anything. So first create this RTN openplayer.h. So here again I have copy pasted it from docs, only this name has been changed, this has been changed, and this has been changed. Next, you will have to create an Objective-C file and make sure you change the extension to .mm. And here we have added our header file. Then this should be your bridging header file name. So mine is rnapp, as you can see over here, followed by -swift.h. And here again this name has been changed. Everything is copied from docs. Here we are initializing our Swift file. This has been copied from docs, and only this name has been changed. And here we are overriding our open player method, and then on the main thread we are calling the play with URL method of our Swift file. Now I had told you that even though we have created this folder RTN my player, and even though we are not using it in iOS, we do have to create basic structure of it. So I won't explain it, but you just have to create it, otherwise you will get build errors. So yeah, just copy paste this. Again, this has been copied from docs, only the method name has been changed. Then copy paste this, make sure you change the bridging header name. Okay, so yeah, this as well as this manager class. Next, you will also have to create a prefix header file. So just right click on this, create search for new file, and just search for pch. So just search for pch, click on next, name it as prefix header. I have already created it, and inside this you have to add this to import. The reason for that is because we are jumping from Objective-C to Swift. That's why Objective-C header files need to know about this. And then go to rn app. So inside, click on the plus capability button. Make sure inside background mode you check audio, airplay, and picture in picture. Next, go to build settings, and here just search for Apple CLang. Apple. Okay, and over here, where did it go? Yeah, over here, Apple CLang language. You will have to make sure you write prefix header.pch or whatever file name you have given for your pch, and make sure this precompiled prefix header is set as yes. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.